والصلاة والسلام على نبينا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم وبعد. إخوة الإيمان، the right of a human being, our rights when we are relating with each other, to observe them keenly are very important. One of those rights are the rights related to properties. We have right to the ownership of the property, but sometimes there's that possibility in our dealings. We may have a possession of the property of the others. So one of these forms is by way of borrowing money or properties of others. The relationship created is relationship of debtor and creditor, be it at the individual level or at the institutional level, institutional and individual levels. So the indebtedness is being created, and it's not a very good thing. Normally it is based on trust, mutual trust. How it's regulated, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala tells us on how to protect the properties when it comes to borrowing and indebtedness in the longest verse in the Holy Quran. In Surah Al-Baqarah, يا أيها الذين آمنوا إذا تداينتم بدين إلى أجل مسمى فاكتبوه. If you have gone into that contract of debtor and a creditor, indebtedness, first of all, reduce it to writing. That will protect the property, that right. Faktubu, that's one of the things. Is that compulsory or not? That is an academic debate among the Muslim scholars, because there are also other dalil and the provisions that you may not require writing everything. Sometimes, if you trust each other. But the buck always stops at the borrower to make sure that he pays back whatever that he or she borrowed. So the verse says, "Faktubu, فَلْيَكْتُبْ بَيْنَكُمْ كَاتِبٌ." And who writes is the person who's professional in writing debts. In our case, the lawyers and others, those who are experts. It is not enough. You have to get witnesses also. So witnesses should be also there, at least 2 witnesses, 2 male or female, whatever. And all of these are bearers of responsibility to discharge when needs comes. The Prophet ﷺ tells us in a qissa that there is this gentleman, those people who have preceded us. This gentleman wanted to borrow from his friend, from a colleague, or a brother in faith, a certain amount of money. The hadith says, 1,000 dinar, 1,000 dinar. I don't know how much it is today, but it must be a big money, huge money. And he asked him, "Gentleman, I want a witness. I will give you, but I want a witness." The gentleman said, "No." He said, "I can't have it witness. My witness is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala." Because of his faith, the moment he invoked Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala as his witness, he said, "It's okay. Allah is the witness always. Obviously, Allah is witness, whatever that we do." And then he said, "It's not enough. I want kafil. Kafil is a guarantor. I want a guarantor." Again. He said, فَكَفَى بِاللَّهِ كَفِيلًا. Allah is also enough. Allah is my grantor. My goodness. In the world of today, what do? It's a bit difficult. But these two gentlemen trusted Allah, especially the person who gave, and he lent that money, 1,000 dinar, to this gentleman. And it seems he doesn't actually know him. It happened that these two guys live in different parts of the world. This person lives on the other side of an ocean or a sea, and he traveled. There's a time limit. When the time came, the gentleman, he got the money, he wanted to pay back. He wanted to travel or give back the money, but there was no vessels, there was no means of transport on that particular day. It was difficult. He tried his best to get a transport he could not get. There is no M-Pesa transfer, there is no Western Union, there was nothing then. Everything is physical. This number that we have, they never had then. The man said, now what do? He get hold of a piece of a wood, a kachonga. He created a sort of a box. He put that money. He wrote a letter saying that this is the debt I was to pay you, but unfortunately I could not I could not send the money because there were no means of transport. He put the money, he put the letter inside, he sealed it, he threw it toward the sea. He says, Allah, you knew that this gentleman of us, this act of yours, when I borrowed the money from him, he invoked you as his witness, as my witness, and he accepted. He trusted you. He wanted a guarantor. I said, you are my guarantor. He accepted because of the faith that he has in you. And you see my situation today. Pay. He threw it. Tawakkal to Allah, ya Allah. Leave it alone. The gentleman, the day has come, he's looking for his money. He came around the shore. Perhaps maybe there's somebody who have come with his money. Maybe any vessel, any ship has anchored. There's none. Completely, there's none. He hung around. He was desperate. Look at this now. What's wrong? Probably if you want your money from somebody, you know how it is. All of a sudden, when he lost hope completely, he just found a piece of wood just floating on the water on the shore. So let me just like this one. Perhaps maybe I use like a firewood. When he opened, his money is there and the letter is there. Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar. So he took it. He enjoyed it. He believed that this is Allah brought to him. This gentleman must have sent it. After a while, the gentleman got means of transport. He carried another 1,000 dinar. Travel with that money. Because the other one, he doesn't know what happened, isn't it? He came. He's ready to pay again. He's ready to pay again. He looked for the gentleman. He tried to plead with him. Gentleman, this is what happened to me. I could not get the means of transport. That's why the money has been delayed. Now he asked him, did you send anything? Maybe it was. He said, I'm not listening to you, even if he forgot it. I'm telling you, I could not get the means of transport. But they say then, no problem, then Allah has paid for you. Look at this. Allah has paid for you. This another 1,000 dinar. How much is it? I don't know. Those people who are dealing with dinar, they know. Perhaps. I do not know how much. It's a big money. He said, this man is ready to give him again. He said, oh. What does this mean? If you take people's money, if you borrow money with an intention to pay and you strive to pay back, Allah will facilitate for you. Allah will facilitate for you. One of the debts, my brothers, one of the debts, we'll continue maybe, continue this, maybe in the next few days to come. One of the debts that most of us are suffering from, are the dowries of our wives. Dowries of our wives are debts, and they will remain debts for how long is the question. In some of the cultures and customs and traditions, dowry of our wives are not paid until we die, or until maybe, Allah forbid, we separate and divorce. True or false? This is what happens. That's very dangerous. This is very dangerous. Why it is dangerous? Inshallah, we will see in another darsa. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.